Hi guys, welcome to Simply Spiritual. If you are new here, I imagine most people that find this video are going to be people that just are looking to learn how to read tarot and learn about the cards. This is going to be a pretty brief overview of these cards. It's not going to be in detail because a lot of it is up to interpretation of, different cards that are in your reading, and you'll learn over time kind of different meanings of cards that other people might not think of them as. So everybody has a little bit different style of how they read and what they think everything is. So, we're going to be using the regular Rider Waite tarot deck today to discuss the cards. Like I said, I'm just going to do a brief overview. So first off, what I'm going to say is, like I said, these are partially descriptions of, what's actually written in the books. This is also partially stuff that I've just kind of evolved over time for my own liking. You'll develop your own meanings over time. So at first, there's a major arcana, a minor arcana. There's 22 major arcana cards right here. And then there's 4 sets of minor arcana cards, which include court cards, which is page cards, knights, queens, and kings, which we'll go over. Actually, let's go over that now. So there's, like I said, there's wands, which is about, the easiest way to remember wands is just think of as kind of passion. And then cups is about emotions. Swords is kind of about clarity and truth and spoken words and stuff like that. Pentacles are often considered something about financial, also stability. So for the court cards, for each one of those, there's a page, a knight, a queen, and a king. Those are the things that I had the worst time with in the beginning. You can kind of use them as age, page being the youngest, then knight, queen, king. You can use it for different genders if you want to go there. But it does not have to be, obviously. It's just an energy. Feminine type of energy, masculine type of energy. Let's see. So, but the thing is, there's different meanings for each of them that kind of are, I would guess, say unspoken and never really written in the rule book. They've kind of evolved over the years, and different tarot readers will talk about this, but you'll never find them in the books. Like, for instance, the Page of Swords is now kind of indicated that's like a social media stalking, spying card, which you won't find in the book. All right, we're going to start off with the major, the major arcana, and then we'll go into minor. Okay, first card we have is the Fool card. This is the number 0 card. This is about a leap of faith, jumping into the unknown. Of course, this would be the first card, right? All right. So like I said, this is just going to be a very brief overview. I may do a more extended overview of everything at some point, but this is just to kind of brush over your memory. Also, don't worry if you don't remember everything. It took me probably a full year to actually remember all these cards. Don't be embarrassed if you have to look it up in the book or look it up online or whatever. There's a lot to remember. All right, next card out we have is the Magician. This is about manifesting. This also can be sometimes about trickery, but typically I see this card as about manifestations. Next card we have is the High Priestess, which is one of my favorites. This is about intuition, and pretty much this is all I use this for. One other thing that I personally use this for is if I'm clarifying a card, which at some point I'll do a video on actually interpreting, but I will use this as a, you already know what the card means when I'm clarifying something. But anyway, just use this card typically as about trusting your intuition. Next card we have is the Empress. Now, the Emperor and Empress, these are kind of embodiment of all the king and queen energies in the tarot. So the wands, the cups, the pentacles, and the swords. These people have kind of, I guess, the power to master all those types of energies, and they can switch in between, loving type of energy versus, sword type of cutting energy, passion energy, pentacle energy, stability. They can switch between all these when they need to. These people are highly evolved and would make, you know, great mothers and fathers. So I'm actually probably just going to talk about these at the same time because these are pretty much the same thing, except one's masculine energy, one's a feminine energy. That does not mean gender, that's just energy. You can be a woman and have masculine energy, vice versa. So that's basically what these are. They're just the most highly evolved of kind of the court cards in a sense, even though they are major arcana. Next card out we have is the Hierophant. This is about marriage and tradition for the most part. I pretty much just take this as the marriage card, but a lot of cards indicate marriage in the tarot. So next card up we have is the Lovers. As you can probably imagine, this is about love. This is a you know, kind of a deep soul connection, as well as sometimes this is a choice between two different lovers. Also, this is kind of the opposite of the Devil card, which we'll get to in a moment. Next card out we have is the Chariot. Also, I wanted to say all these cards also are somewhat related to all the different zodiac signs. For instance, this one's related to Cancer. I honestly don't know them all, so I wouldn't worry about that right away. But just if you're interested in that, that's also something you can look up and interpret cards by. This is a Chariot card. This is about moving forward. Moving on, moving forward. Basically, things actually happening, moving. Next card out is the Strength card. As you can assume, it's about having strength in something. There's not really much else to say, but I mean, like I said, it's about interpreting the cards kind of together with other cards. But in general, this is just about having strength. I believe that's actually Leo energy too, if you're curious. Anyway, Hermit. Hermit, again, as you could probably assume, the major arcana are probably one of the easier things to understand. Hermit is kind of about, you know, hermiting, being by yourself. Also could be about like reflecting on things by yourself, but being alone. And yeah. All right, next out is the Wheel. This is about destiny and fate. Sometimes it's also like cycles in life, but pretty much for me this is about destiny and fated events. Next card out we have is Justice. This is could be legal, you know, like justice is served. This is also about balancing the scales, like reaping what you sow, basically. So getting what you deserve in a sense. Next card out we have is the Hanged Man. This is about a pause. This is also about, can be a change in perspective while you're in that pause. But typically I take this as kind of a pause or a stalemate. Now, the Death card. Probably the scariest card for a lot of people when they see this. If you're reading for someone, they might go, ooh, the Death card, that means death. It can be, but for the most part, death is about cycles and death and rebirth, right? If something ends, something else has to begin, and that's really what the Death card is about. Okay. Next is Temperance. This is pretty much about kind of, I say peace and balance, but it's patience, really. It's about patience. Next card out, we have the Devil. Like I said, it's the opposite of the Lovers card. If you look at the Lovers card, it's very similar. This is Devil energy, toxic energy, addictive energy, basically anything bad. This can be drug addictions too, but it just can be somebody that's toxic or anything like that. Tower. This is divine intervention. This is when the universe has to step in and change something because you didn't change it yourself. Tower is often seen as scary because it can happen very unexpectedly and not how you wanted it to. But at the end of the day, the Tower card is there to kind of help you and guide you, redirect you on the path that you're supposed to be on. Next we have is the Star. This is kind of about hope and faith, and this is kind of wish fulfillment as well. Next card we have is the Moon. The Moon is another card that's kind of about the intuition, but the Moon is about the unknown as well, the hidden. Next card we have is the Sun. This is considered the happiest card in the tarot deck. This is kind of happiness and bliss. Next card out we have is the Judgment card. Judgment is, it's Judgment Day. There's a decision that needs to be made here. The World. This is about cycles, right? Closing out karmic cycles, cycles in your life, whatever it may be. So that is the major arcana. If you're learning in the beginning, it might be beneficial to just start out reading with the major arcana and see how you feel with that, and then start bringing in the suit cards. All right. First up would be, hold on a second. I had to order all these. That was a blast. All right. So first, in all, they all go, it's, you know, the same kind of thing as a regular card deck, right? We start out with an ace. Aces are, as you can imagine, probably about beginnings. Ace of Wands is something that's passionate. Like I said, wands are about passion. So a passionate new beginning here. This could be a career project that brings passion, a passionate relationship, or anything like that. Two of Wands. Like I said, so anything that's wands is kind of somewhat revolving around passion. Two of Wands can often indicate a choice. Most two cards for me are just simply a choice. This is also kind of about waiting because he looks like he's waiting a little bit, but in a sense, this is pretty much a choice here. Not everyone would take that way though. Three of Wands. This is waiting for your ships to come in here. Pretty much that's what I take for that. Waiting for your ships to come in. Four of Wands. This is another card about marriage and family. This is also the twin flame 1111 card. As you can see, it basically says 1111. If you're into that type of thing, that's what I'm talking about. That will never be in any book you read for the most part. But this is also very much considered the twin flame 1111 card. But traditionally, this is a marriage card. Five of Wands. This is about conflict here, but it's mainly mental conflict in this particular card. Can also be fighting. Just general fighting. I mean, if you look at them, they are fighting. Very similar to the Five of Swords card, which we'll get to later on. Next card, we have the Six of Wands. This is about victory. This is also about public, anything public. Seven of Wands. This is about, this can be fighting as well, but it also can be fighting for yourself, like standing up for yourself. Next card out, this is one of my favorite cards. This is the Eight of Wands. This is about fast-moving communication. Also, a lot of people take the Eight of Wands as a card of traveling or moving or something like that, but it's fast movement, it's passionate. Nine of Wands. This is kind of being afraid and timid. I mean, you can see he's hiding here behind the wands. Now, also a lot of tarot is judging it off of the picture. Now, different tarot decks will depict things a little bit differently. That's why a lot of people have different tarot decks, because they each kind of display things just a tad bit differently. So this is also very much considered the Wounded Warrior card. Now, that's something that you probably won't see in a book, but a lot of people use this as a Wounded Warrior type of energy, someone who's been hurt before. Next card up we have is the Ten of Wands. This is someone who's obviously carrying a lot of burdens. Like, again, as you can see, this person looks like they're carrying a lot of burdens. They're stressed, they're carrying burdens. All right. Next card out, we have the Page of Wands. Like I said, this is the most immature energy of the court cards. This also is very much considered a communication card. This, to me, I take as a small communication. Again, that's something you won't find relatively in a book, but I kind of take this as like a small communication, such as maybe a short text or a social media like or something of the sort. But also just can be considered someone that's young and immature. Next step up, again, would be someone that's a little bit older, but still not very mature. This is someone that's kind of irrational in a sense. They're driven off of passion. This is often considered the player energy card. Next is the Queen of Wands, a very passionate person, someone that maybe is very passionate about a career or something like that. That's kind of how I think of her. Passion project type of person. Could be just a very passionate lover as well. This is also considered someone that, if this comes out, it can be considered someone that you're sexually attracted to as well. King of Wands, you know, just kind of one step up from the Queen in a sense. Not that a man is better than a woman, because that's kind of how these are depicted, unfortunately. But again, just one step up, passionate person. This is kind of, it's a very kind of alpha male type of energy here. Alrighty, so that is the Wands. Next we have the Cups. All right, first card out, again with the aces. This is the Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning in love. Next card out we have is the Two of Cups. This is basically what a lot of people consider the little sister to the Lover's card. This is love, basically. This is the Three of Cups. This is about celebrations and reunions, can be weddings as well. A lot of people also consider this the third party card because it's threes. Anything that's three, a lot of people consider a third party situation. Again, another thing that you won't find in a book, but this is, I personally use this card a lot for third party situations, but this, in general, this is a celebration card. Four of Cups is about not, kind of being unsure about this offer right here. Not sure if you want to accept it, not sure if you're interested in it, basically anything like that, or not seeing it as well. Five of Cups is dwelling on the negative. As you can see here, he has 3 spilled over cups and 2 upright cups, but he's here focusing on the spilled over cups when he could just turn around and look at the upright cups. So this is kind of sadness and dwelling on the negative. Six of Cups is a soulmate card. Definitely use this as soulmate. Also, I strongly use this for a reconciliation card. So soulmate and reconciliation is pretty much what this is, a soul connection reconciliation card. Seven of Cups can be about confusion. It also can be about a bunch of different options as well. Eight of Cups is pretty much walking away from what does not serve you any longer. What's no longer working for you, things that are not good for you. Nine of Cups here, this is about wish fulfillment. Pretty much that's it, wish fulfillment here. 10 of Cups. This is another marriage card, abundance, family, ultimate happiness, abundance, family is what I usually say for this card. Ultimate happiness, abundance, family. Next card out, again, we have the Page, the younger energy. This to me is a smaller love offer. Someone may be reaching out and saying, hi, I like you, or something like that. Or just a younger energy. This card, again, would be a step up, someone that's a little bit older. This card, a lot of people use as the so-called crush card. At least this is the way I use it. I always call this the crush card. Someone has a crush on you when this card comes out. Again, something you probably won't find in a book. Okay. Next we have is the Queen of Cups. This is someone who's also, I forgot to mention, wands are fire signs, cups are water signs, swords are air signs, and pentacles are earth signs. So this can be water signs as well, anything to do with cups. Anyway, this is someone who's kind of in their emotions, can be a feminine energy, but someone who is ready to give love and a more emotional person. And then obviously the King, which is again the step up from that. But again, someone who's very much in their feelings and emotional and ready to give love. All right, so that is the Cup cards. Okay. Next up, we have the Swords. This is the Ace of Swords. This can be, again, a new beginning because it's an ace, but I often take this as kind of truth and clarity and honesty here. Two of Swords. This, again, like I said, the twos are often about a choice. I don't know if actually, never mind. Sorry. So if you can see here, he is blindfolded. Sometimes with this card, you're not sure what choice to make because you can't quite, see what makes the most sense. But pretty much this is a choice card, making a decision. Three of Swords. As you can probably assume, this card is about being heartbroken, broken heart, sadness, anything like that. Stabbed in the heart. Four of Swords. This can be about resting. I can see he's laying down. This is also kind of about healing. Healing energy, really. This is pretty much what I use this card for, is healing. Five of Swords. This is conflict. Can also be mental conflict. Like I said, this was a card that was similar to the Five of Wands. But it's conflict in any form, really. Six of Swords. This is about moving to smoother waters, moving forward. But the way I take this is either moving to smoother waters or moving to calmer waters, or whatever that is. After a hard time, kind of moving on. But this is also, see how he has his swords in the card. The boat. He's bringing his baggage with him. He's not quite completely healed yet over these swords. Okay. Seven of Swords. This is a lovely card. This is about deception. This can be about things that are hidden. This can be a shady person. So a lot of people take this as a shady person, but I also kind of take this as somebody that's just not speaking the truth. It could be not speaking the truth about feelings. It doesn't necessarily have to be something bad. All right, next up we have the Eight of Swords. This is kind of mental entrapment, being afraid, not seeing. You can see, again, this is similar to the Two of Swords, how they have the blindfold on. They're mentally entrapped. They can't see kind of maybe the decision to make or how to go forward, or they can't see something. This is mental entrapment. Being stuck in your head, basically. Next card up. The swords are always fun. Nine of Swords is stress and anxiety. I mean, look at him. He's up at night, can't sleep. So this is a major anxiety card. Next up is the Ten of Swords. This is another lovely card. This is about endings and being stabbed in the back, as you can see here. But for the most part, I use this card for endings. Next card up. This is one I was talking about a while ago. The Page of Swords. Younger energy. Oh, I forgot to say, the wands are kind of passionate and fast-moving. Now these are... The Pentacles are slow-moving, which we'll get to next. Cups is emotions, like I said. But sword energy can also be kind of fast-moving as well. But for me, this card is about social media, kind of social media stalking or something like that. Again, something you won't find in a book. This can also be communication. Some people take this card as communication. Younger sword energy, not sword energy, younger air sign. But yeah. Next up is the Knight of Swords. This is someone that's kind of rushing in. Again, still a little bit immature energy though. Queen of Swords. This is someone that will cut you out, basically. This is someone that's a little bit feisty. She has no problem telling you the harsh truths or anything like that. She's definitely can be a little feisty. And then also, sword energy is someone that's kind of cold. King of Swords, again, someone that's very cold. Air signs can tend to be indecisive. So this is someone that's kind of harsh and kind of cold, and they're not in their feelings. But also that's the next step up from the Queen energy. Last but not least, we have the Pentacles. Pentacles are about money and stability. First card out is Ace of Pentacles. This can be a stable kind of new beginning. This could often indicate a job offer. Can be love, but this is something that's stable and tangible. Next card out, we have this Two of Pentacles. This is another kind of choice card. As you can see, he's kind of wishy-washy on which choice he wants to make here. It's also could be about balance as well. As you can see, he's kind of balancing the scales, and it's also an infinity sign there. Three of Pentacles. This is can be about work, like the actual workplace, or this can indicate working together. And like I said, for the Three of Cups, this often can be related to a third party. But typically, I think of this card as work or working together. Next card out, we have the Four of Pentacles. This is holding on to something. This could be holding on to your finances. This could be holding on to your emotions, not letting something go, anything like that. Anything that you're holding on to, not speaking of, not letting go of. This is the Four of Pentacles. Next card up. Oh, those out of order. Five of Pentacles. This is a sad one. This is about kind of being left in the cold here. That's pretty much all I use this for, is kind of being left in the cold. Could be ghosted or whatever. Next card. Why do I keep having these backwards? Six of Pentacles. This is about balance. This is also about kind of reciprocity and equal give and take here. Next card out, this is the Seven of Pentacles. This is kind of about reflecting and thinking and kind of waiting. But I mean, this basically, the way I use this is pretty much thinking and reflecting here. Next card out we have is the Eight of Pentacles. This, as you can kind of tell, this is about someone that's working on something. Just like the Three of Pentacles that can indicate work, all the Pentacle cards are related to kind of work and money and stuff like that. Anything kind of stable and tangible. But this Eight of Pentacles I typically use as working on something. Could be working on anything. Nine of Pentacles. This is similar to the Empress card for me. This is a woman, doesn't have to be a woman, a feminine energy, but it really doesn't have to be. That's what's depicted in the picture. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I don't even know if that is a woman. Anyways, doesn't matter. This is somebody who's pretty much can't even talk. She's at the highest level for the most part. The only thing she doesn't have is the 10th pentacle, which we'll get to in a moment, which is kind of marriage, right? She's completely okay on her own. The main thing to remember about the Nine of Pentacles is it's someone that's completely independent, but they're alone. This is someone that's alone, but completely okay on their own, as well as financially okay on their own. So alone, but financially okay, mentally stable, okay, whatever. They're okay on their own and they're good. They just don't have that 10th pentacle, that partner. So, oh my God, I'm not going to do this out of order a million times. 10 of Pentacles. Like I said, this is a step up from the 9 of Pentacles. 9 of the 10. The only difference about the 10 of Pentacles is there's a partner. So, the way I said it, similar to the 10 of Cups, ultimate happiness, abundance, family, marriage. This is also financial abundance and financial stability here. That's really the difference between the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles is this one's also including financial stability and financial abundance. But marriage, family type of card. Next, again, the younger person here was the Page of Pentacles. To me, this is a small, tangible offer, or just a younger, immature person. The Pentacles are very slow moving, so these are very slow moving offers. Unlike the Swords and the Wands, they don't move fast. They're very slow, but they're very calculated because they're stable. They don't make rash movements. Knight of Pentacles, again, another offer, but it's just a little bit older, a little bit more of a mature energy here. Queen of Pentacles, again, the step up. This can be someone that's very stable and secure on their own. This can be also financially secure on their own. It's the Queen of Pentacles. And then again, the King, one step up from that. Someone who's very stable, financially independent. Like both of these people, they're grounded, basically. Well, I think that's going to be it. Hopefully this was helpful, guys. That was a lot of talking. I'm exhausted. I've been wanting to do this for a while. It was very quick. One day I'll probably go into more detail and talk about maybe how to read and interpret the cards together and stuff like that. But this is just for somebody who maybe got a new tarot deck and kind of just wants a brief overview of what all the cards are. Like I said, don't be afraid to read from the book. It probably took me a whole year to not read from the book. And I'll be honest, sometimes I still look up stuff because I don't remember, and I've been reading for probably 2-3 years now. So yeah, hopefully this video was helpful. If you're interested in following some of my other videos, I do at least monthly tarot readings and sometimes daily readings for all the different zodiac signs. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at It's Simply Sharon. And thumbs up to this video if it was helpful, because then other people will get to see it. And I think that's all. So I will see you guys next time, I guess. Bye.